The classroom was completely noisy. Students were jumping on their desks, paper planes flying through the air, and the young teacher stood there completely defeated. That young teacher was me. Fast forward to 3 weeks later, I walked right back into that same classroom, and in 10 minutes, everywhere was so quiet. What happened? How was I able to turn things around? Well, today I am revealing the ancient secrets of classroom management that transform even the noisiest Nigerian classrooms into perfect learning environments. These techniques have been tested in over 100 schools across Nigeria, from the busy streets of Lagos to the quietest corners of Benue State. And the results? Simply incredible! Teachers report an average 80% reduction in classroom noise within just 3 weeks of implementing these strategies. But first, let's talk about what most teachers get wrong. Many teachers make the mistake of adding their own voice to the noise. Keep quiet, they would shout, only making the noise level worse. But what if I told you that the most powerful technique actually involves making no sound at all? Picture this, a Dresses 2 classroom notorious for being the noisiest in the school. The new teacher walks in and does something completely unexpected. Something that she had learned before applying for a teaching job. Instead of shouting or threatening the students, she simply stands there, arms folded with a particular expression on her face. Within 30 seconds, the entire class falls silent. How did she do it? Well, I will reveal this technique and 6 others that are transforming classrooms across Nigeria. So make sure you watch this video to the end so you don't miss any technique. The first secret comes from an unexpected source: our traditional Nigerian markets. Have you ever noticed how some market women control entire sections without raising their voices? They use a technique we call the silent authority. Here is how it works. When you want silence in a noisy classroom, stand at the center of the room, cross your arms, fix your gaze at a point slightly above the students' heads. Don't speak, don't move, just wait. The psychology behind this is fascinating. It triggers what experts call the anticipation response in students. The second technique is even more powerful, and it comes from our African roots. We call it the rhythm response. Studies have shown that rhythm can capture attention faster than words. Here is the secret. Create a simple clapping pattern unique to your class. Once you clap, they are to return with their own pattern. Once students hear it, their brains automatically shift focus. The third secret is something I discovered in a small private school in Abuja. The teachers there were struggling with noise levels until they implemented what we call the power zone system. Here is how the power zone system works. Divide your classrooms into strategic learning zones. Each zone has a specific purpose and energy level. Zone 1 could be the quiet zone for individual study and concentration. Zone 2 could be the collaboration zone for group discussions and interactive learning. Zone 3, the creative zone, for hands-on activities and practical work. Zone 4, the transition zone, for movement and quick interactions. Zone 5, the reset zone, for calming and refocusing energy. The secret is in how you manage these zones. You can use color coding to define each zone, implement clear transition rules between zones, rotate student positions weekly, and create specific zone-based expectations. The results? This simple classroom arrangement technique reduced noise levels by 60% in just 1 week and improved student engagement dramatically. But here is where it gets truly fascinating. The Portakot technique, now famous among educators in the South. This method focuses on what we call energy centers. Every noisy classroom has exactly 5 of these centers. Yes, they are there in your classroom. Once you identify and transform them, the entire class dynamic changes. Here is how to spot them. 1. Look for the corners where whispers start. 2. Find the desk where laughter usually begins. 3. Identify the spots where paper balls originate. 4. Locate the zone where side conversations flourish. And 5, spot the area where restlessness first appears. But knowing where the centers are isn't enough. The real magic happens in how you handle them. Most teachers try to suppress these energy points, but that's exactly where they go wrong. Instead, try this proven approach. First, you will need what we call the silent signal system. It's a set of hand gestures that communicates everything from lower your voice to excellent job without saying a word. It's up to you to create yours, but here are some tips I can give you. When you want to say lower your voice to your students, you can simply slowly lower your hand from your ear level. If you want to get their attention, raise your hands with fingers slowly closing. For excellent work signal, you can do thumbs up with a subtle smile. Stop and listen signal, you can do palm facing forward, fingers spread. And for reset and refocus signal, you can do both hands forming a triangle at chest level. At the end of the day, it's up to you to create something unique for your class and what will be easy for you to implement. Teachers report 70% less vocal strain after implementing this system. But most importantly, practice these signals consistently. Start by teaching each signal separately and demonstrate them clearly. Have students practice responding to each signal until it becomes second nature. Before I reveal the final, most powerful technique, make sure to go click on the subscribe button now if you haven't done so to get more classroom transformation secrets like this. The last technique is perhaps the most powerful of all, the Nigerian marketplace method. Every Nigerian child knows the marketplace. Busy, vibrant, yet somehow organized. This technique taps into that familiar energy. So how do you do this? You set up trading posts of knowledge in your classroom, create market days for group activities, use the market mama attention signal, implement closing time procedures, and master the early morning market technique. Now, one thing about this method is it doesn't just work for only noise levels alone, it also helps students improve in their learning dramatically. So if you want to know all about this method, you want to know better about the trading posts, the closing time procedures, and early morning market technique, all of that, then let me know in the comment section and I'll work on creating a video on that for you all. Now, let's put it all together. The complete system includes the silent authority technique, the rhythm response method, the power zone system, the energy transfer protocol, the silent signal system, the 3-strike reset, and the Nigerian marketplace method. But here is the most shocking discovery of all. The noisiest classes often become the most focused ones when these techniques are applied correctly. We've seen it happen in government schools with 50 students per class, in private schools with the most privileged students, and even in remote rural areas. The key? It's not about forcing silence. It's about channeling energy. And these 7 techniques work together to create what we call the focus framework. The beauty of these methods? They don't fight our children's natural energy, they channel it. Just like a marketplace has its own rhythm, your classroom develops its own productive hum. But remember this important truth. These techniques aren't just about keeping students quiet. They are about creating an environment where real learning can happen. Think about it. In just weeks, you could transform your classroom from noisy to focused learning. No more strained voices, no more frustration, no more dreading noisy periods. One final tip that makes all the difference: consistency. Use these techniques every single day for at least 3 weeks. The transformation won't happen overnight, but when it does, it's permanent. I am Coach Favor, an educational coach and school consultant, and now you know the secrets that are transforming classrooms across Nigeria. Again, these techniques work best when used together as a system. So start implementing them one by one and watch your classroom transform. Do you want more secrets like this? Then hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification bell and set to all to never miss my next revelation. Drop a comment below telling us which technique you want to try first. Remember, Every noisy classroom can become a focused learning environment. You just need to know the secrets. Until next time, keep transforming those classrooms one technique at a time. Bye!